Hey, what's up guys? Your boy Ken. In this video, I'm going to be sharing you my experience with the Psy Anchor Origin Glasspad. I have been using this mouse pad for 3 weeks now, and it's one of the affordable glass pads in the market right now without any AI anime girl design. I got this mouse pad shipped by UPS. The packaging is very good and there's a lot of foam on both sides, ensuring the product is protected while in transit. Now, my mouse pad came in one piece without any damage. Inside the box, you get your glass pad. It also comes with accessories such as dot skates, grip tapes, and lastly, an arm sleeve. I was a little bit surprised that it came with these accessories, but it's a nice touch. It would be nice though if it comes with a cleaning cloth. Now, before I talk about the pad itself, I just want to say the accessories are decent, but the arm sleeve that they gave you is on the smaller side. Now, if you're someone that has a bigger arm or biceps, this might feel a bit tight. It's not the most comfortable thing on earth, but it's very usable. But I just feel like a tension towards my arm, especially with this thing right here. It feels a little bit too tight for me. So would highly recommend getting like an aftermarket one. Talk about the pad itself. This is a 510 by 440 millimeter in size with a thickness of 3 millimeters. Pretty great size. I do appreciate the extra height of the pad. I do run out of space sometimes when I'm using my Zowie pads, but with this one, it does help when I'm tracking or flicking upwards as I have more space. Talk about the design itself. It comes with this abstract design. I thought this was a random Frank P collab. I'm neutral with this design. A lot of people prefer AI anime girls these days, but something like this is nice to see. It actually looks like it actually looks really nice with my Waizowl Triaina. The surface itself, it feels slightly textured and the glide is quite smooth. It has a permanent coating and surface treatment. It also repels water. The edges are slightly rounded. You can slightly feel it, but to me, it's not causing any discomfort or annoyance and I don't mind it. But I just wish it's a little bit more smoother though, as you can feel the edges when you have your arm on it. More on the surface, if it's not hot or humid out, you can actually use this pad without the need of an arm sleeves. I noticed that my skin doesn't really stick to the pad when the weather is on the cooler side. I would still recommend wearing sleeves for a consistent experience. Under the pad, it has this hexagon style rubber base and I do wish it's more stickier. I can actually move it easily just by simply pushing the pad, but when you're actually using the pad, it doesn't really move at all. You guys know me. I'm always looking for something to complain about, but this is a good thing as this is something that they can improve on. Talk about the speed of the pad. It has low static and dynamic friction with decent stopping power for a glass pad. Now, I would not call this a control glass pad, but it's not the fastest out there. With this pad, you can actually press down if you need more control. I would also like to mention that the pad itself has a uniform X and Y. Now, if this is something important to you, then it's good news. What that means is the horizontal glide is the same as the vertical. Could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing, depends on the user. My experience in games with the Psy mousepad is mixed. I did enjoy using this in Apex Legends. I was able to play good with it. I noticed that my tracking is a lot smoother and I'm able to one clip people a lot easier than usual, versus me using my cloth pad. It's just nice to have a smooth and consistent glide when tracking. Now, if you play tracking based games such as Warzone, Black Ops, or Apex Legends or Overwatch 2, I strongly believe that you're going to like this type of pad, especially if you want something that's not uberly fast. Also, I do appreciate the stopping power as I like to use weapon like Wingman and the Sentinel. For attack FPS like CS2 and Valorant, I seem to perform fine on deathmatch servers, but when it comes to an actual match, I can't play well with it. It's not the mouse pad's fault, but it's my fault for not having a good mouse control even after using this pad for approximately 3 weeks straight. I noticed that my headshot percentage went down and I wasn't really confident on using this pad. I'm the type of player that relies on confidence to have some sort of snowball effect. It's like the more kills I get, the more I play better. In scenarios where I have to aim fast or I got into a duel I'm not expecting, I tend to tense up a bit, causing me to overflick. Then when I correct it, I also overflick on the correction. Perhaps using controlled skates would probably, give me a different experience, but as of now, I don't really have any control skates in my possession. Now, this is just my experience. I know some high level players out there who uses glass pads in CS2 and Valorant without any issues and swears by glass pads. Unfortunately for me, it's just something that doesn't work out too well, and if I'm going to play TAC FPS, I'd much rather be using a controlled cloth pad as it's a lot more forgiving and consistent for me. Conclusion: the Psy Anchor Origin is a pretty good glass pad, especially for the price. It's currently $89 before shipping, and I think you're getting your money's worth. This is not going to be my main pad, and I still swear by cloth pads. However, if I was to play a tracking based game, then for sure I would be using the side glass pad. I much prefer using this over my Shidenkai and Raiden. I believe that the side glass pad is a very strong product and it plays consistent and is very comfortable to use. And before you buy, though, just be aware of the cons that I mentioned in this review, such as the edges could be a little bit more smoother, the glide itself, and other things that I mentioned. But that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching.